The FemBioBiz Acceleration Program is back for Season 2, and the search is on for female innovators to stake their claim for $250,000 worth of prizes. In this episode, we're in Botswana, where female bio-entrepreneurs are changing the profile in industries such as animal health, cosmeceuticals, agro-processing, and biotechnology, and are playing pivotal roles in advancing the country's economy. Phase 2 of the FemBioBiz competition in Botswana saw 6 entrepreneurs and 4 students pitch their innovative ideas to our selection panel. Only 4 of the presentations will be selected for the final phase of the competition to be staged at the SA Innovation Summit. Here to test the strengths and weaknesses of their presentations is our judging panel consisting of 5 industry professionals. Tirelo Ramasedi is an advisor to the Botswana Innovation Hub Technology Entrepreneurship Program. Her driving passion is to inspire female entrepreneurs throughout her country. Also from Botswana Innovation Hub is Center Manager Boitumelo Rantsweneng, who is committed to unearthing and nurturing fresh new ideas and young local entrepreneurs. Meet Nako Balote, Manager at Bank ABC, who believes the way to empower women is by investing in them and their ideas to open the country's gateway in achieving greater things. Maina Mosele is a principal research scientist from the National Food Technology Research Center, who brings a deep understanding of the role played by women in food science and technology. Proudly representing the Citizen Entrepreneurial Development Agency in Botswana is Andrew Madeswi. No innovation can succeed and grow without professional guidance, essential in the commercial arena. Building successful companies and innovative thinkers is PR consultant Jacob Sisini, who brings valuable insights into brand launches, brand management, and sustainable stewardship. The competition was close, with some very innovative products being pitched by our Botswana entrepreneurs. To those who made it through to Phase 2 of the FemBioBiz Acceleration Program, we congratulate you on this wonderful achievement. Please welcome Duduetso Tebabe, co-owner of Nubian Seed, one of Botswana's newest eco-friendly beauty brands, which prides itself in sourcing natural ingredients pan-Africa. Will the judges be attracted to her inner beauty and want to know more?
Nubian Seed is a green beauty manufacturer of 100% natural and organic personal care products using plant-based ingredients sourced only from around the African continent. Our key target market are women aged between the ages of 25 and 50, middle class, living in urban areas, and who live a lifestyle of sustainability and health. At this stage, we have 3 distribution channels. We sell at boutique locations because relative to our size right now, so we have 2 stores in Gaborone where we have shelves space and 1 online store as well. We have an ask of 450,000 pula that will help us to move out of Mama's garage and into a proper manufacturing facility, source more raw ingredients, and also widen the distribution channels, as well as finally start our own online store.
One quick one. I already have an idea of what your strengths are, but more importantly, what your weaknesses are. And one of them is, once again, scalability. It's a very small country, it's a niche product. Where is the 470,000 going?
Okay, first of all, my market isn't only in Botswana, of course. My market includes South Africa, well, target market anyway, includes South Africa, well, SADC, of course, as well as international in the United States, which is where my online store will come into play and the development of that. The factory as well, I need to move into a bona fide manufacturing space and hire at least 4 employees who will work there full time. I also need to travel a lot for research and development of the range, and also undergo some training.
The word organic is normally thrown all over the place. So I'd like to know, how do you ascertain that the raw material that you get is organic, since you don't have a lab?
Our key partners, of course, include some of our suppliers where we source sustainably, all of whom are in the industry of certified green and organic spaces. So yes, we don't have our own facility and factory where we're pressing oils or making essential oils and the like. But our key partners, being our suppliers, are places wherein the produce which we're getting from them is certified as such.
Hopefully, Duduetso did enough to impress our panel and stay in the competition. Let's hear from one of our panel on the importance of investing in women-led enterprises.
As a country, the nation has been largely carried by women. They are the ones that set up little enterprises by the roadside. They are the ones that set up innovative ways of making money. And they are the ones that feel where the pain is, where the need is. And once you know where the need is, where the angst is, you are on your first way to understanding what is required and what kind of innovation would solve that problem. So the truth is, we will not get anywhere without the involvement of women. It will be a waste of resources.
Our next presenter is Bernardo Monte. Her company, Maungo Craft, specializes in making the tastiest, low-sugar, gourmet craft jams packed with indigenous fruits and superfoods. Will our judges buy into the sweet deal?
Hello, my name is Bonolo and I'm from a company called Maungo Craft. And we make award-winning gourmet craft preserves. We use indigenous fruits, we pair them with contemporary flavors, and then we give you unique flavor profiles. In terms of our target market, we're looking at women aged 20 to 45 years old who are of the urban demographic. They're trendsetters and tastemakers for their homes. They're the ones who purchase in their households, who are looking for healthier, unique flavor profiles. In terms of the global sweets spread market, that's determined to hit the 21 billion mark by the year 2020. And we just want 0.005% of that. In the time that we've been around, we have made close to 100,000, 40,000 last year, 6,000 this year. Now we're looking for 1.5 in order to expand our production, because we're talking to retailers in the United States, South Africa, and here as well. We want to be able to buy more equipment so that we can produce more, hire people. We also want to get our FSSC certification, FDA ready, so that we can export next year. Thank you very much.
This looks like you're going into the gastronomy space. So looking into the next 5 years, are you planning to give an ordinary Motswana on the streets who can only afford a 70% water jam the experience of your product?
We are a high-end brand. That's our product positioning. So we're very niche, and in terms of even pricing, we're a little bit higher than everybody else because that's where we've placed ourselves. But what we're doing is that we're starting off as prestige, right? And part of the product life cycle is that we sit there for like a year or two, then we move down to masstige. So that's the strategy we're going with. However, like I said, we're talking to a company that wants us to do, a very big retailer in Southern Africa that wants us to do private labeling for them. So that allows us to create preserves, jams, and marmalades that are a little bit cheaper than ours. So they're still getting the Maungo experience, but they don't know they're getting the Maungo experience. So we get to sit on the shelf twice.
Can you speak more to that context in terms of being more comprehensive within the total available market that you've spoken about internationally, that's going into the billions, and you want 0.005% of that? But can you break it down, for example, locally, in terms of the spread industry, and then the target market that you are looking at, in terms of the demographics of that target market?
Okay, thank you so much. So the target market we're looking at is women aged 20 to 45. And they are of an urban demographic. They're the ones who are trendsetters. You know, they're the ones who do the groceries at their household. They have a bit of extra disposable cash. Our product is a high-end product, so we're a niche high-end product. In terms of the global spreads market, globally, jams and jellies actually have the highest market share, 37%, when you compare it to other spreads. So it's a growing market. So we're leaning in the right direction.
Did Bonolo manage to convince our panel to send her through to the finals? Let's hear from one of our partners as to the significance of the FemBioBiz program.
We believe that there are problems that we need to solve as a community, not only for Africa, but the outside world. And we believe that female entrepreneurs are leading within this space. And we think that we are the place for you to be in terms of not only creating value for our communities, for Africa and the world, but doing it in an ecosystem that enables you as a female entrepreneur, that enables you as an innovator to communicate with not only the stakeholders within the ecosystem in Botswana, but communicate with the world in terms of communicating your value.
Meet Lebogang Mono, who brews an exceptional tasting non-alcoholic craft ginger beer, which is packaged in glass bottles to preserve the fresh taste for longer and is also eco-friendly. But will just ginger quench the judge's thirst and make her top of the pops?
Unlike our competitors, we do not package in plastic. We package in glass bottles for our 250 and 2-liter bottles. This helps with the shelf life. We also encourage our customers to reuse by offering a service for refilling the 2-liter bottles. Our core business is our manufacturing, which then brings in revenue through the bulk sales, the beverage bar, and hopefully soon the export division. Our team consists of myself, the MD of the company. I have a production assistant who I am training in to be a supervisor, as we hope to expand our production team. We would like to also bring in a sales and marketing personnel into operations as well as bookkeeping. Our turnover growth has grown from 70,000 within the first year to 120,000 in the second, and this year we hope to hit the 200,000 mark. And to do so, we need 1.5 million bula so as to semi-automize our production.
Thank you very much, Lebo. Very nicely presented, and I happen to be familiar with the product. One question. We just touch on what particularly is the innovative part of the product. I mean, 1, I see ginger, 2, I see it in a glass, 3, I see a great brand, but I don't know what part of it is. Yes.
So our product is actually preservative-free. We try to push the health benefits as well of ginger to the clients, because compared to the others who then put in preservatives, and we keep it very clean, natural, to the point. We try to push also the brand aspect of it. It looks great on the table, but the consistency of the taste, the quality, that's actually that's the competitive advantage that we push onto our customers.
How do you ensure that the product is shelf stable? I mean, the first question, how long is the shelf life? And how do you ensure that it's shelf stable?
Our shelf life currently is at 2 months. We actually pasteurize it, hence that's how we got the 2 months, because before we didn't pasteurize, and then we had it tested. We are very familiar with the food lab where we test periodically, and so what we would like to do actually, hence the growth plan, is to actually extend the shelf life from 2 months to 6 to 9 months, which will then actually make it more scalable.
Here's hoping Lebogang was able to impress with her pitch and get through to the finals. Let's get some insight from one of our partners on the role of women in growing the economy.
not talk about women coming together to talk about creating wealth. Women coming together, taking a space in the stage to talk about scaling up. Today we can sit here and celebrate women who are coming up with products that are going to leave this country written made in Botswana. Can we imagine that? Made in Botswana.
Here to share their idea for a protective antimicrobial polymer toilet seat cover are Mame Ramala and Kamogelo Mereki, both of whom are students at the Botswana International University of Science and Technology. Will the judges be giving them a sitting ovation?
For some of us, using a public toilet is a nightmare. The very thought of having to sit on a toilet that has had hundreds of other users makes our skin crawl. And research has actually shown that there are microbes that are present on the toilet seat, such as streptococcus and some coliforms. And this has prompted us to come up with a business idea of designing and manufacturing an antimicrobial toilet seat mat that would trap and destroy microbes. Our mat will be made from an eco-friendly material embedded with zinc oxide nanoparticles. With this product, we are aiming for schools, we are targeting hospitals and hotels, and places with a high number of people that are using toilets on a day-to-day basis. And we are also aware of the competition within the market. We are aware of toilet wipes that are being used, but our product actually has a competitive advantage in that we are eco-friendly. The team is being led by myself, Bernardo Monte, and Kamogelo Mereki, and we are biotechnology students, and we will be leading the production and research of our product. We are asking for a grant of about 85,000 pula to further our research and development to create a product that our customers will be able to accept and feel free in using. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your time.
Two questions. The first one being that, will it have its own self-monitoring tool to say, I need to be changed? And then the last question that I have for you is on the 85,000. Knowing how expensive R&D is, especially in terms of laboratory analysis and actually the prototyping process, is that going to be enough?
For your first question, yes, we are planning for it to have a self-monitoring sort of reaction where you would see color change from maybe transparent to maybe yellow, so that you are able to see that, okay, I need to change this, it's no longer effective. And the 85,000, we were able to make this assumption based on the calculations with what we were using for our prototype. So right now, it's based on the assumptions that we'll be able to liaise with our university in making in terms of lab equipment and such. So we believe that with that it should be cover enough. It should be enough.
You talked about a prototype that you are currently building or you have already developed. Can you elaborate more on the traction of that prototype? Has it been piloted or you are still in the process?
We're still in the process. What we've done so far actually is the microbial testing. And we've, like I said, we've noticed that it's effective, and it was effective for 3 days, but we still need to do the nanoparticle testing, where we assess how the nanoparticles are embedded within the fibers of the material that we're using.
Has Bame done enough to convince the panel to keep her in the competition? Let's hear from our panel on the importance of testing and verifying product claims.
You can't present a product and claim that it has some benefit or some nutritional value before you can test it. Because in the first place, there is no venture capitalist or there is no financier who's going to want to finance any project that doesn't have the hard facts. So I would advise the project owners to actually go and test those products so that they can actually provide the proof that indeed these claims are actually true.
The final pitch is by Butho University student Tlutlo Puduhudu. She saw an opportunity to make animal feed supplements from indigenous tree leaves after treating the sick goats on her farm. Will the judges buy into her natural remedy and assist other goat farmers?
My name is Tlutlo Puduhudu and I'm from Healthy Delights. Healthy Delights is a manufacturing company that manufactures animal feeds with some of our indigenous trees. So I was at the farm and I realized that some of my goats had been affected with internal worms and it was late for me to vaccinate. And I went and asked my parents, how did goats survive in the olden days where there were no vaccines and medication to heal them? And they told me that, no, there's actually a tree that they eat during the winter season to actually prevent this or heal this. Then I went on furthermore, did studies through the University of Agriculture, and realized that there is actually a study and research that has been done with the Mosetla tree that actually helps with internal worms. So as I've always dreamed to manufacture animal feed since 2017, I then came up with the Mosetla block, as you can see there, which acts as a supplement with a preventative element of internal worms. The team currently consists of me, the managing director. I did photo production at the University of Agriculture. I also have a team of 3 people who help me crush and mix all this feeds together. I have a nutritionist that I consult, but when we want to expand, we're looking and having a full-time nutritionist in our lab or an animal scientist in our organization. My request to you is a grant of 120,000 pula, which consists of 60% of that will go into the machinery that we require. 20% will go into the testing of the product. As I said, it needs to be tested. And also 20% will go into operation. Like the name says, a healthy animal, a delighted farmer.
So you started off talking as if it's a medicinal type of a product, but as you went on, then you compare it to other feeds. How do you really want to position it to the market? What should people buy it? I just want you to be clear on that, to say really what is your market, product market strategy or positioning, if I may put it.
Okay, actually there's not, it's the first thing that it's been done of this kind. The positioning I want when a farmer goes into a shop to look for something that is convenient for a farmer. I can get a supplement that helps me prevent this. That's what I want to position myself into.
Hopefully, Tlutlo was convincing enough to persuade our panel in her favor. Let's hear from one of our partners as we celebrate our female entrepreneurs.
The Females in Bioscience Businesses Awards presents us with a very important opportunity to recognize the success of women leaders in business, thereby creating female role models whose achievements will inspire other women to raise their sights and reach out for their goals.
All the pitches have been presented, and after intense discussion and debate, the judges have made their decision in selecting the final 4 to present their pitches at the SA Innovation Summit. Catch our next episode as the search for innovative African solutions continues.